All right, so I'm in downtown Seattle right now and I'm starving. It's actually still the morning, but I haven't eaten breakfast, so I'm gonna go to the place that I like to eat at the most. A grocery store, specifically the Uwajimaya, which is a Japanese grocery store. Let me show you what's up. This is a food lover's heaven. First, I'm gonna show you the good eats. Now, the reason I say this is the best place to eat, because number one, it's Japanese food. Two, it's fairly affordable. Obviously, you can go out to a restaurant, sit down and eat something, but you're paying a lot of money. Here, you're gonna get some legit delicious food at a price that I actually think is very reasonable. And there's a huge selection of prepared foods, which I'm about to show you right now. It goes without saying, they're gonna have a lot of sushi here, and they have just about everything you could ever want. Some nigiri, tuna, salmon, look, that whole thing, $8. More sushi. Plenty of rolls. This is a rainbow roll. They've got the dragon roll, tuna avocado roll, unagi roll, and unagi nigiri, which is amazing. But it doesn't stop there. A whole nother cooler with more sushi. Salmon rolls, spicy tuna rolls, hosomaki combo. I don't even know what that is. Sakura combo with a inari, or you can get inari just by itself. They got the futomaki, which has some gourd in it and egg, and it's delicious. You can get the futomaki and inari combo, and of course the California roll. Now they are using imitation crab, so it ain't fancy, but you know, this is what people love. Now in Japan, it's really common to buy sushi or sashimi at the grocery store and bring it home for dinner. And of course, a lot of grocery stores here will sell sushi and, you know, rolls. But, you know, honestly, it's never really the best quality. But here, because it's a Japanese grocery store, I mean, it's legit. Right next to these prepared foods is a whole seafood section. I mean, let me just show you real quick. They got these live fish tanks, but you know they're serious about their seafood. Now, I don't know if they're actually getting seafood from over there, but my point is the standards are really high. Like this sashimi, look how nice it looks. So proper, so clean. And then they always have all kinds of poke. So this is a taco poke, which is octopus. They got a shrimp barbecue poke. That sounds really good. Tuna furikake poke. A tuna sriracha mayo poke, the shoyu ginger poke. They got it all here. Oh yeah, one of my favorites, seaweed salad. I mean, pretty basic, but like I said, you can get it all here. They have a whole container of ginger here. They even have this. This is a different kind of ginger, shoga. These are really good. They're similar to a poke bowl, but it's chirashi, and I believe the rice is flavored, so it's a little bit different than poke, but it's very similar. This is a shrimp sriracha barbecue shirashi. I mean, I think they just have the poke on top. The difference is the rice is flavored, so those are definitely a must try if you've never had it before. Ooh, lobster sensation chirashi. Their salad selection is no joke. This is one of my favorite ones. A sesame paste spicy cold noodles. A miso Caesar salad. That's different. A pineapple chop salad. And then a little bit different. It's not just a salad, but it's also noodles. Lemongrass pork noodle salad. This is kind of like Vietnamese inspired. It's amazing. They've got the fresh basil in there, some kind of marinated pork, I believe, and lots of veggies. One thing I love about all Asian cooking, a lot of delicious vegetable options. So, you know, trying to stay healthy, want something delicious, they got you here. So speaking of sushi and sashimi, they got some legit stuff over here. So this one's gonna be a higher grade and is from the actual seafood department. So look at this, tuna yellowfin sliced sashimi. They got the king salmon, which looks awesome. Some bluefin, yeah, look at that. They got some combo packs here too. So this is a first. They actually have fish from Japan, fresh from Toyosu Market, world's largest seafood market. So there you go. They got some salmon right there. Hirame fluke sashimi block. So these ones, obviously, you're gonna take home and slice. Now, don't be intimidated. Normally you want an actual sashimi knife, which the blade is only sharpened on one side. And they make it that way, I believe, so that it slices easier. But even if you don't have that, it's not a big deal. You know, it's not about presentation when you're eating at home. But if you want some legit, amazing, high quality sashimi at home, you don't wanna pay the price that you would pay at a proper sushi restaurant, pick up your sashimi here. Buy it in a big block, cut it at home. That's the way to go.
If you've ever seen my Japan vlogs, you know that I love karepan. And basically it's a donut that's filled with curry. And this is a local company, I believe. It's called Okazu Pan. But yeah, this one is a chicken curry pan. Deep fried piece of bread stuffed with curry. This is a more traditional beef curry. Looks amazing. Barbecue pork. So this one's not curry, it's just barbecue pork. So tempted to buy that. Yakisoba noodles. Wow. That one's stuffed with yakisoba, I guess. And then they got the bulgogi adobo. Look at that. Look at that adobo. Yummers.
My mouth is watering. Obviously, all of this is refrigerated. In Japan, it's very normal to buy even deep fried foods and then bring it home and put it in the air fryer. Everybody has an air fryer there because they do this all the time. They buy from the grocery store. So obviously air fryers are more popular here in the United States. So yeah, just pop it in the air fryer. Never microwave it, please. Do yourself a favor, at least toast it in a toaster oven or even a proper oven to get the outside nice and crispy. That's the way you want it. Speaking of deep fried foods, look, they've got tonkatsu here. This is a pork cutlet, deep fried. This is a chicken katsu. This is really popular in Japan. Croquet. I think it's vegetable potatoes and then it's battered. Put the panko on top and then deep fried. If you've ever heard of Japanese pancake, it's called okonomiyaki. They have that here. I did not know they sold that here, so that's cool. Ooh, look at this. Kakiage. This is vegetables battered and deep fried, kind of tempura style. Popular street food, takoyaki, basically octopus balls. Again, a piece of seafood stuffed into battered and then deep fried or baked. I forget which one. This seems really random. They have New England clam chowder, locally made in New England, so not really that local, but they have it here. Fun fact, did you know that Seattle is known for clam chowder? I didn't know that until just recently, because a lot of tourists come to supposedly the best clam chowder in the country, and it's at Pike Place Market. So my friend Matt, a cook named Matt, you can find his channel, just type in Seattle Best Chowder, and lots of really good chowder. My personal favorite is Ivar's. So another thing they do in Japan is they buy a lot of side dishes. They like having little small bites with your dinner. So these are different kind of side salads or side vegetable options. So a lot of pickles. This is a cucumber pickle, more pickles here. This is not really one you would just eat by itself, but this is called fukujinsuke. This is a red pickle that you would eat with curry specifically. Look at this. Got chili oil here. I'm finding a lot of things I've never seen before. I wonder why they sell this. Obviously made here, probably. I'm actually getting super hungry, so I might grab a bite to eat and continue this little shopping tour with you guys in a second. One of my go-tos is their banh mi sandwiches. I think I'm gonna get one of these. If you don't know what a banh mi is, it's a Vietnamese sandwich. It's got pork in it, some vegetables, usually some kind of pickled vegetable, and then some other deliciousness, cilantro too. So it's a unique flavor. And those ones are all pork. This one up here is tofu. A lot of vegan-friendly options here. This is a Mongolian beef sandwich. General Tso's. Wow. Gosh, I'm kind of tempted to try that. I love General Tso's. And then this one is a chicken banh mi. Now, weirdly, they're not calling this banh mi, but that's exactly what it is. I wonder if there's an ingredient that's not in this, and that's why they're not calling it a banh mi. Let's see. Oh yeah, you know, sometimes they put like a, what do you call it? Like a liver spread, but this doesn't have that, I don't think. This is very interesting. Always finding surprises. A miso chocolate chip cookie. Almost just have to try this just to see what that's like to have miso in a cookie. If you've ever watched content from Japan, you know that 7-Eleven is all the rage, and one of the things that people love to get there is onigiri. So this one's called sea chicken onigiri, aka tuna. This one's got kombu in it, which is a like a seafood plant. I couldn't wait any longer. Delicious cuts of pork in there, got pickled vegetables. Great piece of bread. Even though they call this a Japanese grocery store, it's really an Asian grocery store. So no matter what kind of foods you like when it comes to Asian cuisines, they got a lot of it here. 8.5 out of 10. For a grocery store though, for reals. All right, moving on to their hot foods. This is really underrated here. Their duck, barbecue pork. I think that's pork belly up there. It's crispy. Hot foods. All right, so they got even more hot foods. Obviously, all your Chinese eats. Ooh, that maba tofu looks good. What is this? Fried fish? Yummers. They got the shou pao. Of course, they call it manapua here. Got the barbecue. They got roasted pork, beef teriyaki, chicken curry, and even a purple taro filling, freshly steamed. You can even get a customized poke bowl here. I'll tell you, 10 out of 10 poke. Now I just got a quick banh mi because I need to keep shopping and vlogging. Their hot foods on point. Poke, love it. Now it's never gonna be like Hawaii, obviously, but for Seattle, quick bite, lunch, it's the way to go. Musubi, look at this, a spam and egg musubi, a pork katsu musubi, that sounds hella good. Furikake tofu musubi, wow, chashu pork musubi, Hawaiian frank musubi, that's a first. Shrimp tempura musubi, that's cool. And of course that OG, just straight up spam musubi. All right, grab another basket. Okay. If you've never tried Japanese white bread, you have to pick up a loaf. And it's just so fluffy, so light, so amazing. And yeah, it's a thing in Japan. So Fuji Bakery is also another place that makes the traditional Japanese white bread. And yeah, this is actually my go-to personally. So just think Wonder Bread, except Japanese, and probably made with better ingredients. So whether it's just like a sandwich, or toasting it with butter, it's next level white bread. Hood Famous is another local company, and I think it's a Filipino owner, but yeah, these ube cookies, bomb diggity. Ube flavored desserts are just the best. A furikake ube snack mix. What's this all about? Ooh, ube flavored pretzels. In Japan, these roll cakes are a thing. They got strawberry. I think that's probably coffee, vanilla, but yeah, ube. Yeah, a lot of ube options today. Okay, I'm not sure if these are unique to here in Seattle. I'm assuming not, but these mochi donuts are really good. And this one, ube flavored donut, that's good eats right there. So what makes a mochi donut a little different? Obviously there's mochi in it, but it's chewier. It's a good kind of chew. I don't know if you want your donuts to be chewy, but a mochi chew, it's pretty awesome. Obviously, our 7-Elevens are so different here in the States, but if you want that Japanese 7-Eleven experience, they got you here at the Wajimaya. They got the peach flavored juices and sodas, different kinds of kalpiko, the milk royal tea, milk coffee. Oh yeah, straight black coffee in a can, all kinds of green tea, more tea. If you really like that tea, they got the big old bottles of it too. Even a big bottle of the milk tea. Now this is very sweet, so just a heads up, if you're into it, great, but I'm not really a fan of the sweet teas. Now one thing they don't have here that a Japanese 7-Eleven does have is the hot cooler, which I know sounds weird, but or the hot shelf. It's a hot shelf that keeps the coffee and tea hot, so you can grab a big aluminum can full of coffee and tea that's already hot, and it's very unusual. You don't see that in the States, I think, ever. Naturally, they got a lot of Japanese beer. They got the Asahi, Sapporo, Kirin Ichiban, more Kirin, more Sapporo, but they have the more unknown ones like this. Orion, which is delicious. This one is, made in Okinawa, which is their beer company. And a lot of places, you know, they have maybe one or two of these, but not this many. But the thing that you want to check out is Japanese craft beers. Right here, I don't even know the name of the brewery, but this is their craft beer. I will give you a heads up though, very expensive. $6.29 per can, which is nuts. And this is on sale at $4.99 per can, but the Lucky Cat, Lucky Chicken, Lucky Dog, those are good beers too. Damn, $7.79 per bottle. Obviously, craft brew already is not really that common in Japan. It's getting more popular, but ship it from Japan to here gets really expensive. So not too long ago, they didn't really allow craft breweries, or I think it didn't make sense. It didn't pencil out because it's very expensive and there was a lot of control in terms of that industry. But more and more in the last 20 years, I want to say, you see more craft breweries popping up. So definitely check it out if you're at the Wajimaya. And if you go to Japan, I would highly suggest going to a craft brew shop if you find one. I've never been to one because I just buy it from here, but definitely next level beer. Shout out to Elysian, much cheaper, $3.49 for a big old can. This is a local Seattle brand of beer. Of course, they also have other Asian beers. This is a Taiwan beer. Never tried that before. This is a Thai beer. I've had the Chang before. Never had the Leo. Tsing Tsao. I'm guessing that's Chinese. Got some Cass. I tried that once when I was making Korean food at home. So that's a beer from Korea. Crush. Another Korean beer. Ice Blast Lager. When I eat Asian food, I always have to have a beer. Whenever I eat Asian food, I always have to have a beer, and I try to match the beer to the food. So if I'm cooking Korean food, I want a Korean beer. If I'm cooking Japanese food, Japanese beer, and so on and so on. Oh my gosh, this is a kid's dream. Gotta take a picture of that. Follow me on Instagram, Benjamin TV. Tons of ramen here. We've got lychee, melon, grape, strawberry, yuzu, blueberry, orange, and of course original, which by the way, they do sell this at Costco now in a multi-pack. I don't think they have all these different flavors. Oh, this must be a different brand of ramen. I didn't even know they had that. So this is the one I'm familiar with. But yeah, they got this one. There's an orange. Basically all the same flavors as up above. Another brand, Kimura Ramen. Original, strawberry, melon, watermelon. That other brand didn't have that. Orange, lychee, and then yuzu citrus. And another one. This is a, what is that? Boruto? Oh, pineapple. That's a new one. Pomegranate, lychee. What is that? Raspberry. I didn't know about this stuff until I shopped here. But this is a yogurt drink that got really viral, I guess, on social media. It's all right, it's really, really sweet. I'm not gonna really vlog it, but they've got a lot of liquor here. A lot of Japanese liquors, other different Asian liquors. So yeah, especially if you're into Japanese whiskeys, they got it all here and very expensive. So I vlog at Costco all the time and I'm always looking to see when these tariffs are gonna affect prices. I will say one thing for sure. Anything imported from Asia definitely went up in price, so get ready to spend a lot here. Funny enough, I think it was a year ago that I bought this. This is called choya, or it's umeshu. It's like it's a plum liquor, really good, really sweet because basically just sugar in the plum. But this is the season to buy it because they're taking the plums that were grown in the summer and then making this. But I think you have to age this, so this must be from years ago. You can find it on sale here, funny enough. And I do believe this is a product of Japan. Verified, it is a product of Japan, and it's really good. I will say that the choya, that's kind of the affordable brand. I like it, but there's really, really high quality ones, but you're paying way more. And if you ever go to a Japanese restaurant in Tokyo, like a izakaya, and they have it on the menu, especially if it's a family-owned place, try it. It's next level. Choya, I love you, but that family, you know, the hole-in-the-wall family-owned place, it's on point. This is not specifically labeled as the ube dessert refrigerator, but look at this. Ube cookie dough, ube cheesecakes, and ube tart. And that's it. I thought there was more ube, but lots of deliciousness here. All right, so that's about it for the hot foods and prepared foods aisle. But I can't come here and not vlog this though. The ramen aisle, which man, do they have a lot of options when it comes to instant noodles. I think I've done a whole vlog just about ramen before, so I'll put the link down below, or you can search Benjamin TV, just look for ramen. I actually went to the ramen or the cup of noodles factory in Tokyo. Actually not in Tokyo, Yokohama. But I'm gonna just show you why instant noodles are kind of underrated. Because a lot of people, they just eat the noodles. They just eat the instant ramen, but there's a way to level it up, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So cup of noodles, you have this in the States. This is the original, which not like the original here in the States. This is, I think this kind of have like a, I don't know, this is probably beef, but then have you seen curry or seafood? Both very popular, and I think these go back way back. In America, chicken ramen is a thing. Now they do have chicken ramen, but you don't see chicken instant ramen as often. Here, it's all about beef, chicken, maybe shrimp. Oh yeah, you know what I remember? Oriental flavor. They don't call it Oriental flavor, I don't think anymore. But yeah, that was a thing here way back in the day. I'm talking about like in the 90s. So this is a really popular brand, Sapporo Ichiban, and they call this original flavor. The other flavors that are popular are this, tonkotsu, which is a pork-based ramen soup. Shio, it's a salt-based, very delicious. And then miso ramen. When you go to Japan, those are the flavors that you usually see at ramen shops. All right, so I don't know why this is placed right here because it can be confusing. They call this a chow mein, but really, if you actually read that says yakisoba, which is fried noodle. So different than ramen, and they've got ramen on each side for some reason. I grew up with this. This is so good. The noodles look exactly like ramen noodles. The difference is there's no broth. There is a flavor packet, but what you do is you stir fry this with vegetables, some meat, really good. I like to put a fried egg on top, maybe like some sriracha. Speaking of sriracha, look, they got sriracha yakisoba. But yeah, if you want some chow mein, or as I would say, yakisoba, this is the brand to go with. All these brands, they've got all kinds of flavors, but most of them don't come with vegetables, definitely don't come with meat. And that's why I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of stuff to put into my ramen, because you know, even the ramen in itself is not going to be healthy. There's definitely healthier versions of, you know, instant noodles. It's all about the additions, the protein, the veggies, and even things like egg. I had to grab a cart. All right, the first thing you're going to add, if you want it to be like a Japanese experience, is green onions. There you go. Chop these up really thin. That's very much what they do in Japan, so grab these for sure. Next would be cabbage. Now this is not very Japanese, at least I don't ever recall seeing it, but what I like about it is you slice this really thin and then boil it in the water before you put the noodles in there, and it's a great way to add something really healthy, especially if you've got kids. You want them to eat some vegetables and have it almost get hidden in the noodles itself. So I always grab a head of cabbage and add that to my instant ramen too. I think another option for greens is bok choy. I really like their bok choy here at the Wachimaya, so you could add that, but obviously it's going to be more substantial than slicing the cabbage really thin, because that's not going to be as hidden, but also very delicious and of course nutritious. Mushrooms. Japanese people love their mushrooms, and that includes in their ramen. So this is the brand I always get here. I believe this is from California, so very popular in Japan, these type of mushrooms. If you want to substitute meat, you can actually use these big old, what's it called, king oyster mushrooms, slice it, grill it, and that has kind of a meatiness to it as well. But what you're going to want to do is dry roast your mushrooms. So literally get a stainless steel pan or any kind of pan, get it really hot, and just put the mushrooms right on it. No oil, no nothing. And just let it do its thing. You want to get like a burntness, not like totally black, but really charred on the outside. You could coat it in like garlic olive oil, and that's going to flavor it. But then you're going to put that in a roasting pan in your oven and just roast it really high for as long as you need to. It might be 8 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, it might be 20 minutes, depends on your oven and then how big and substantial the mushrooms are. Do that, and that's a great way to substitute meat. If you're vegan, maybe, obviously you're gonna have to get vegan ramen. I'm trying to think what ramen is vegan. So yeah, that's another thing you might want to consider. But the good thing about mushrooms, especially if you've got a variety of mushrooms, you can really create that meatiness without actually eating meat with mushrooms. Now, in terms of meat, you'll be surprised to hear this. I don't actually put a lot of meat in my ramen, because I get my protein from the eggs, and I'm honest about the mushrooms. It's so good, I don't need meat. But if I was gonna do meat, I would do like a sliced pork. which they do have here. This is a thinly sliced top loin for hot pot, but I would just grill this up or just pan fry it, and I would add that. Last but not least, eggs. So they've got all kinds of delicious eggs here. Let me just show you my favorite brand, which is right here. Not the True Blue, but the Vital Farms eggs. This one right here, so shout out to Vital Farms. They actually just gave me some coupons, so very, very grateful for that. Really good, so that's what I'm gonna buy today. So I buy pasture-raised eggs for my family. Generally speaking, it's more nutritious. It's also delicious, but there's another reason. I find that the pasture-raised eggs, the egg yolks are way darker, and so I like to have a half-boiled egg so that the yolk is nice and runny. So that's why I'm trying to choose an egg where it's really bright orange and yellow. Had to ask the guy for really fresh ones. Gotta have the fresh eggs. Makes a difference. Yeah, baby. All right, so this is what you do. Take your eggs, get a pot of boiling water. Don't put the eggs in yet. Just make sure your water gets up to a rolling boil and have an ice bath ready. Put the eggs into that rolling, boiling, hot water and leave it in there for 5 minutes. Now, my eggs are room temperature when I put them in there. So you're gonna have to kind of time it. Might take you 6 or 7 minutes. You're just gonna have to test it. And so what you do is, what I do right before 5 minutes is over, I'll grab one, I'll put it in the ice bath real quick, I crack it, I peel it right away, and I see if it's done, because you want it to be nice and soft and the yolk to be runny, and then do it for the rest. Now, if it's undercooked, you just leave it just a little bit more, and you do it. Now, I've got it down to a science. So room temperature eggs, 5 minutes in a rolling boil for that long, and put it into ice bath, good to go. And that's a quick way to add eggs into your ramen if you want that Japanese style ramen egg. Now, obviously those are not gonna be marinated. If you wanna marinate it, you add some soy sauce, sugar, mirin, sake, and let it sit in there for at least a few hours, if not overnight. And that's the traditional ramen egg that you get at a Japanese ramen shop. But in my opinion, you don't need to marinate it. It's still really good. Easiest way to add protein and very healthy. All right, so I got all the ingredients for a ramen, and I totally forgot to buy my favorite brand of ramen, the Momo-san ramen by Morimoto. Now this right here, this is the tonkotsu. It's the pork flavor stuff. The kids love this. Now, frankly, I could eat any kind of ramen. It doesn't have to be Japanese. It could be, any other instant noodles. But this one, gotta agree with the kids. It's just so delicious, and this is the one that they particularly like. There is also Tokyo chicken, which we still have some left at home, but the kids aren't as big of a fan. I think it's still delicious, but obviously it's chicken, so it's not the pork. I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of these. Now, a little expensive, $2.29. Totally worth it. And normally, if you've seen me vlog a lot here at Wajimaya, I'll buy a whole box, but I don't see the box today, so I'm just gonna buy a few of these today. Probably need to grab like 4 of these, because with 7 of us, yeah, we go through a lot of these. This is the other nice thing about adding additions like veggies and meat, or in my case, eggs. You can make your noodles go farther. So if you're eating an egg or 2, some of the girls will literally eat 2 or 3 ramen eggs, and you're adding vegetables, this will stretch. So between some of the little ones, you can probably split this. I mean, even the older ones, I split this into 2 different servings with all those additions. So just a little tip. Not that ramen costs a lot normally. This one does cost a little bit more, but $2.29. For dinner, worth it. Little heads up, if you ever buy a whole box of noodles, sometimes they'll give you a case discount. So look for that whenever you're here if you buy a lot. Super fancy. Ichiran Tonkotsu Pork Bone Ramen Kit. That's the fanciest ramen I've ever seen here. Hakata style thin straight noodles, including original spicy red seasoning. Pork bone noodle soup made in Japan. This must be really good. All right, so normally I vlog everything I'm buying, so I just wanted to show you guys all the things you can grab to eat. Obviously, ramen is not something you're gonna cook here. I don't think they have like a ramen area. At a lot of grocery stores, maybe not grocery stores, definitely at 7-Elevens, they'll sell ramen or some kind of instant noodles, and then you can prepare them and eat them right there. But obviously I'm gonna bring this home and cook it but Judy gave me a list. So, ooh, look at this. Kewpie's on sale.
And I know it's, wait, not really on sale, $6.49. It's a little bit less expensive than the other place, but yeah, this is the real Kewpie, not the Americanized stuff.
Okay, back to what I was saying. Judy gave me a list, so I'm gonna shop for those ingredients and then head home. First on the list is katsu sauce. And we go with the bulldog. It's kind of like the most well-known in Japan. Look at this though.
I feel like we need to get that big old thing. What is that? 24 cents per ounce? 35 per ounce. I'll just go with the small bottle.
Gochujang. Now, gochujang is a chili paste from Korea. I love this stuff right here. Oregon-based company, and it's I'm guessing like some kind of homemade recipe. This stuff is so good. The flavor, it's got the perfect amount of sweetness. We've been swearing by this. So if you're familiar in Chinese cooking, they have this thing called mapo tofu, which is basically ground pork, ground beef with tofu. Mix this in there. Oh, so delicious. Got my sauces. Fruit. Judy's saying to get a whole bunch of fruits, and I'm gonna start here in the bananas. Now, we all recognize these bananas. They got organic, conventional, but have you seen these smaller bananas? Very, very good. Slightly different flavor, and it's got more of a yellowish tinge to it. Saba banana. Now, I don't think these are sweet. These are more for cooking, but they've got it. These are Thai bananas, similar to what you'd find in the Philippines. Way better, in my opinion, than the more standard bananas. They also have these red bananas. Those are the organic ones. Let me show you the exotic Asian fruits. Starting with this guy. This is called a mangosteen. Really expensive, $20 a pound. And even though, I mean, it doesn't even look that big, they're usually bigger in Asia, this doesn't have a lot of fruit in it. So you're paying a lot of money for barely any, actual fruit flesh. But they say this is one of the most healthiest fruits in the world. If you're in the Philippines or Southeast Asia, highly recommend it. A quince, which I have had. In fact, quince jam or jelly, really, really good. Call this a red pomelo, but it looks like a pomegranate to me. Chamu melons. We've all seen dragon fruit. This is a kiwano horned melon. This, what is this? Young husk coconut. Is that? Or is this a green papaya? This can't be a young coconut. Well, maybe the young coconut's supposed to be here. This must be a papaya. Look at these papayas. This one's huge. It's the size of my hand. This is a Hawaiian papaya. Watermelon. Very popular in Japan, even though this looks like a Japanese brand. I think this is grown in the States, but this Yumi organic seedless watermelon is really good. Kind of expensive, but worth it for the family barbecue or special occasions. It's funny, every time I come here though, the thing that's always on my list is ingredients for sinigang. It's a fish or pork stew or a soup, Filipino dish, and they just have all my favorite ingredients. So I'm gonna buy that and then call it a day because I really need to get going. I really want to make this ramen, but I'm gonna make sinigang for the girls one of these days too. And this is why I love sinigang here, especially some of the Japanese ingredients. So look at these beautiful Japanese eggplants. I'm gonna buy probably like 2 or 3 of these at least. Beautiful, a little smaller, a little sweeter, perfect. Japanese daikon, daikon is Japanese radish. They got the organic stuff here. You grab like 2 of those guys, nice and firm. I like a traditional Filipino sinigang, and usually they make it with seafood. They do also make it with pork. But because I'm at a Japanese grocery store, I love these Japanese ingredients to make it, my own version. You gotta get the bok choy too. I try to get the smaller leaf ones. So grab a couple of these. This guy's about to fall off. Girls love these. Throw these in there. These are not Japanese, by the way. They're just organic. Next up is a pork. They've got some delicious cuts of pork, especially with the bone in, like the Berkshire pork right here. A little more expensive. It's $12.89 for this whole pack. When you get the bone into the sinigang, woo, the flavors and the health benefits too. This is another good cut too, the pork shoulder. I love all the fattiness. I think that'll be enough right there. This and the back ribs will be plenty. There's 7 of us, so Got to buy a lot of protein, but we like our sinigang really meaty. One of the things I like about this place, if you live kind of far away, they'll give you free ice. All right, time to check out.